good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that What to Expect is back, and we're gonna start off the series like we do every year for the most part with the Houston Rockets, one of the most anticipated teams in the NBA this up and coming season because they was able to get Kevin Wayne Durant on their roster, and he's supposed to take them to another level with his dominance in the offensive category, being able to be a bucket on any type of defense anywhere on the court and make his teammates' job easier because he got just that much attention, and they're going to be able to play harder defensively too because he's going to give them rest there. And this is just a man that can take over in overtime or in the final last couple minutes or even in the fourth quarter and be a difference maker there too. And man, this was a team with Ime Udoka showing that they improved 2 years ago. Then they improved again to 52-30, the number 2 overall seed in the NBA Western Conference. Not only that, they did all that without Kevin Durant, and they didn't really give up too much to get him. And their roster is still looking very, very deep when it comes to bigs, when it comes to wings, and when it comes to guards. Steven Adams, age 32, 6'11", 265 pounds, is still on this roster. He's still all hustle and all muscle. He didn't really drop any crazy stats, and that was mainly because he only played 13 minutes per game because Şengün is their starting center, but he still shot 54% from the field. He still was able to get 5.6 rebounds with 2.8 of them being defensive and 2.9 of them being offensive rebounds. Not only that, he was still able to score around the rim and bring a little bit of rim protection. Clint Capella is back and he's happy being back. He didn't have no regrets signing that contract because he knows this is one of the best teams to be on when we're looking at anticipation of the season. Clint Capella didn't do much because he's been a little beat up and a little injured, but he still shows you that he's a good rebounder and a great finisher around the rim when he's able to be healthy. He's going to have a lot of guys looking for him and a lot of guys trying to find him. And then again, it's just about him putting in effort to be a solid rim protector, communicating so that way they can stop players from getting deep into the paint, make them take perimeter shots. And if they try to get too close, it's his job to block them. He's not going to play a crazy amount of minutes, so he should be healthier this season for that reason. Last year, he played 21 minutes. His minutes been on a decline. I expect that to continue to happen with the Rockets, but I'd rather have Clint Capella than a lot of other bigs, even if he's your third or second string big man. Not only that, they got Tari Eason. He's a guy that has really fit what they're trying to do defensively while still giving them length and size on the perimeter and the ability to knock down perimeter shots. That's what they have been wanting, and they've been getting an abundance of guys that can do that. And you can't really blame him. You just want him to shoot 36% or higher like he did in his second season. He was a little bit above below average last year, but he showed that he can still be efficient in transition. He can still make shots getting to the basket from time to time. He had his best season in a while because he averaged 12 points, and that was the highest he ever averaged just in his entire career. And he did play 24.9 minutes. He also showed that he can be a decent free throw shooter. We have to see if he can get more attempts. And he has shown that he can be a solid and dependable rebounder if needed. And he also showed that he can get some deflections and also poke the ball away because he knows how to anticipate what the defender is supposed to know to be able to do it against the offensive players. And he has that figured out. You can say the same thing about Dorian Finney-Smith. At age 32, he's about 6'7", 220 pounds. He's a good, strong body that's going to make it hard for offensive players to score. And he's also going to rebound at a decent level also. You have to like that. Plus, he's a team player. He gives up the ball. And if he doesn't have a quality shot, he passes it up and keep the offense flowing and humming. And you have to like the fact that when he does have the ability to shoot threes, which he did shoot 5 a game multiple seasons in his career, he's still a 36% three-point shooter for his career, and he shot 43, 39, and 41 his last 3 seasons, showing you that he's a legitimate threat out there if you need him to be, and he can be reliable with that shot. And then on top of that, he still is a solid defender. On top of that, giving him another 3 and D wing to go with Tari Eason in that front court. Jeff Green, we know that he's not going to play a lot, but he can still dunk. He can still get out in transition. He can still rebound. He can still knock down perimeter shots from time to time, and that's all they're going to really need him to do. And he's going to be ready to do that, and that's something that they should be happy about. Um, Josh Okogie was another good wing that they was able to pick up. We know for sure that he's still mobile, he's still athletic, he's still a hustle type of player too, and he's playing for another contract. He's playing for longevity, and he still has to continue to show he can knock down threes. Hasn't been consistent with it enough. Hasn't been great at it in his career, but maybe he puts in work and gets the open shots and just has the confidence to knock them down for this team. And you have to like that his field goal percentage did rebound from the year that he had in Charlotte by the end of the season. And that was something positive for him to have taken coming into this year from the last one. And then you look at the fact that this guy is a steal guy. He can find ways to pluck the ball away or play within passing lanes and be a good help defender from time to time when it comes to knowing where to be at on the court. Not only that, Alperen Sengun, he has shown that he's an all-star caliber big, a great passer, a dude that can rebound the ball very well at the center position, and a guy that can also score down low, and he doesn't rush or force many things, and he still needs some more moves in the post. He still needs some more moves in the paint. He still needs to continue to work on his jump shot. He needs to continue to work on his three-point shot, but he's young. He's only 23 years old, so you think he eventually figure it out, and he already has shown improvement in the last 2 years of his career, even though he went worse in free throw shooting, um, and he went worse in three-point shooting. He was also worse in the field goal percentage. He also was better as a rebounder, and he also was better as an offensive rebounder, and he showed that he can pass about the same. And now he also showing you that he can be a better rim protector, and you can build a decent defense around him that can lead to wins. And that's probably the most important part of what he showed in his maturation process for the Houston Rockets last year. They're putting a lot of money on him to be one of the big focal points of the team, and they still believe that he can be. Now we're going to see what he can do this up and coming season and see what he worked on and see what he really improved on. Other than that, Reed Sheppard going to get more minutes and more opportunity. He can handle the ball. He can make passes. He can read defenses. He can hit perimeter shots from mid-range and from three. He can get to the basket from time to time and score in transition, but mainly going to be a floor spacer out there for his teammates, and that's mainly what you need him to be and be consistent at that role. If he's going to start carving a niche into this team, that would be the ideal thing for him to do. We just have to see if he's able to do it effectively and efficiently, and that's going to be something that we're going to have to watch out for. Jabari Smith Jr., he seemed like he's ready to make the leap as a guy that's a legitimate starter, a guy that's dependable, and a guy that can be a legitimate offensive threat. He did shoot 35% from three last year. He took 4.9 attempts. Not only that, his field goal percentage did go down from 45 his sophomore year to 43 his junior year, but he also did get less minutes and less opportunities than he got the season prior, which was his sophomore year. But he also did shoot better from the free throw line, and he also did grab a lot of rebounds, but he didn't grab as much as his sophomore year either. But his role will increase, his opportunities will increase, so I think his numbers will go up. Plus, he wants the moments, he wants the spotlight shined on him. And I think that he'll be ready to be a floor spacing big that can handle the ball and get to the basket, because you're going to have to close out to him, and he can use that as ability to get layups, dunks, and pull-ups. And that should increase his activity, that should increase his confidence, and that should give him a better role for this team compared to last year and his rookie year. But the more you can do, the more heavier it can be. And he seemed like he's willing to take that weight and crumble it in with his bare hands, and he should be able to do that. He's legitimate 6'10", 220. He's really showing that he's been in the gym, he's been in the weight room He wants to be great, and we're going to see if he's able to put it together this season. Not only that, you got Jay Sean Tate. He's another guard slash forward that's 6'4". He can play either position. He wasn't really relied that on that much, wasn't really needed that much last year, but he still showed that he can score at a high volume way, and he also showed that he can be a solid 3 point shooter if it's needed to be that way too. He only played 11 minutes, so we didn't really see a crazy amount of him, but he has shown earlier in his career that he can put the ball in the basket and he can also rebound at his position very well. That's all they're really going to need him to do is be a guy that can give them 11 to 15 minutes per game, knock down some shots, make some plays, get some boards here and there, and play solid defense. And I think he's going to be ready to do that. And that's all they're going to require him to do. And then, of course, everybody's favorite player this summer, 8-Man Thompson. People seen his defense, people seen his athleticism, people seen what he can be and what he can do. He's been one of the hottest topics in the NBA these last 2 seasons that he's been able to join. Going into his third year, he got a lot of hype. He has the ability to offer a lot of promise, but we do want to see the mid-range jumper improve. We do want to see the three-point jumper improve. His finishing ability is there. His ability to get to the rim is there. His ability to get to the free throw line is there. He is going to have to improve his free throw shooting too if they're going to take a legitimate leap and be a championship contender like we think they're going to be. And on top of that, he is going to have to improve his handles just a little bit more so that way he can be less dependent on people setting him up. And he already showed that he can be a great rebounder for his position. 8.2 was an improvement. He also got more rebounds with 2.8. That was offensive last year. He also did average 1.3 blocks and 1.4 steals, which was a slight increase over his rookie year. And he also got way more assists from 2.6 to 3.8. And he did average double figures like we knew that he possibly could in the NBA. And he did it efficiently from the field. And he has so much room for growth and so much room for improvement that's why a lot of people is anticipating that he's going to have a breakout all-star caliber year and be one of the best two-way players in the NBA as early as his junior year, which is coming up. And then you got Fred Van Fleet, a former all-star trying to get back to his all-star glory. You just need him to be a great playmaker, a great floor general, a great communicator at the point guard position. Be ready to shoot those threes when they're there. Be ready to put the ball on the floor if they close out too hard to make a pass or make a shot or to get to the free throw line is all you need him to do at his age of 31. He's still big and still strong at that point guard position. He still knows how to make the right plays. He still knows how to put pressure on defenses. And I think that with more guys improving and more guys growing, he can play more off his teammates, which he's always been great at. And that's something that we should be looking at as that's all he really has to be for this team to be special. Besides raising his assists, one season he averaged 8.1. That was his first year with the Rockets. He needs to get back to doing that. And I think with guys improving their offensive game and floor space and improving too, he should be able to increase his field goal percentage and his 3 point percentage, and he should be able to increase his assists for that reason. Not only that, he should still be able to be a good defender, very strong, very physical, very bumpy, and if he can be able to do that without fouling like he did last year, because he only averaged 2.3 fouls per game in 35 minutes, and he did 2.5 in 36 minutes in his first year with the Rockets. Fred VanVleet can be a perfect fit alongside the guys that they have on a perimeter and inside or near the paint. And then you, of course, got guys like J.D. Davis and Isaiah Crawford that we don't know is going to be on the roster for the entire season, but they are ready to prove that they can do something. You also have Aaron Holiday, who can handle the ball a little bit. We don't know if he's going to be on the roster all season either, but he also can finish and he also can make shots. And then you got Kevon Harris and Cameron Matthews most likely not going to play that much this season because it's just not going to be no time and no availability for them unless an injury happens. And if that doesn't happen, I don't really see them getting on the court. And if I wanted to tell you what to expect from the Rockets, I expect them to be number one, number two, or number three. in the NBA at worst, number four. And if they're that, that means they're one of the best teams in the NBA. They're going to be fighting for home court advantage. They're going to be one of the teams you have to watch out for because they have all the requisite things that's needed to be able to beat any team in the NBA. And they have a good coach that knows how to get the best out of his players, get them in areas where they can be very well on both ends of the court, and he trusts them a lot, even though majority of this nucleus, a majority of this core is very young. I expect him to understand how to use them and how to get the best out of them, like he showed when he got them years ago. And they only been getting better, and they only been learning faster. And that's what a coach is supposed to do: help you prepare and be ready for your next assignment, your next team. And I think eBay has been very, very good at that with this roster. Very patient, very, very hard, very, very stern, and just wanting to get the best out of these guys. And he's just pushing them to be the best version of themselves so they can be the best version for the team. And that's all he's asking them to be, and that's all he's asking them to do. And we have seen the results, and we have seen them get better, and we have seen them really, really be a smart, well-oiled machine already as a team. Now, can they improve even more and go from a 52 team win to a team that can win 58 or more? I think that is possible, especially if they can stay healthy. That with Van Fleet and Kevin Durant and Ime all looking at the things that they did on their championship rosters, and Ime has been a championship assistant coach, and he has got tutelage from Greg Popovich, so he can actually learn how to translate that to these newer guys that's going to be on this roster, and he's going to push these other guys to fit better with the new guys too. And these veterans are going to just be ready to say, even Jeff Green, who won a ring, we can do the slight little conversations. We can cut out all the crap that can happen, and let's just focus on winning games, and let's just focus on bringing the championship to Houston. That's the missing piece. A lot of people have been saying was a player like Kevin Durant. If they had that against Golden State, if they had that in the regular season, they would have won a lot more games. Now we get to see if that's true. Now we get to see if they really are going to be as good as all of us are anticipating them to be, and it's going to be fun to see it play out. And I'm looking forward to watching a lot of Rockets games to see how good they really are and see how much they improved, because it looks good on paper, it sounds good in the theory, but we still have to see it happen right before our eyes. And that's the whole purpose of the regular season, to prep you for the playoffs. You can get everything you need or you think you need, and you need to see the regular season happen to do that. Then you can make a small adjustments before the trade deadline. You can make slight adjustments in the buyout, and then obviously you can make all those changes and play it out a little bit more and see what happens before the season ends. And then the playoffs start. You should be having enough confidence to be able to beat anybody in front of you. And that's what we're looking to see, if the Rockets can be one of those teams that can host Larry O'Brien by the end of the year, which it seems like they have enough to do that, but we still have to see how it plays out, and that's going to be the fun part. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis, and if you're new to the channel, I do conversation videos just like this about NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage, so if you love that type of content, you can't get enough of it. I have over 3,000 videos already on my channel that you can watch for free. Not only that, I also do have the ability to make a video each and every day. So you love that type of content, you can't get enough, and you want more and more content NBA wise especially, this is the channel for you. Other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Y'all stay blessed up. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is. Thank y'all for continuing to watch. Thank y'all for continuing to come back. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for checking out the channel. If you didn't subscribe, it still was nice for you to do that. And other than that, I'm gone for now. Peace, and y'all stay blessed up. I'm gone. See y'all later, hopefully.